All right.
No Name Podcast.
Skatosis 89, I think is what we're at. 89?
I think so.
We're recording in the car, and we're in Appleton, just leaving Tallulah Skatepark after an awesome session with the squad.
The whole
squad.
family.
The whole damn family.
Yeah.
Today has been a pretty awesome day. We hit two parks.
Two parks in Wisconsin.
25 miles an hour. We're recording in the car as we drive.
Driving while we're doing this.
We do not want to get a ticket while we're doing
or pulled over at all.
Look at that, though. Ooh, right on the mark.
Right on the mark.
Like a pro.
What a cute dog.
All right. And so, this podcast, man, I remember at the beginning of the year, I was saying how, I wanted to evolve into something that just keeps us interested, and, I just want to have fun with it all the time.
Yes.
I don't want to be so strict.
I don't want to be stagnant.
Yeah, I don't want to be stagnant. I just want to make sure we change it up. And so,
Fuck construction.
Oh, well.
I forgot about it.
It's all right. We're, it's more time for our dear podcast listeners.
We're giving you more. Yeah, I might as well. Right.
Yeah.
We're giving you more right now.
Yeah, so we're on college.
Construction break. We're actually going to take a break right here.
We skated at Tallulah Park with a bunch of the guys from Surfin Bird skate shop.
Yes.
And, man, so many of those people have been to the barn, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then everybody else that hasn't, they're like, I can't wait to get out to the barn.
Yeah. I can't believe Sam hasn't.
Yeah.
He's got to get out there.
Yeah,
that guy, sure. They're all lunatics. Everyone at Surf is lunatic. So I was just telling you before we hit play here.
You mean the board?
No, we're replaying it back to us right now. After 2 days now, I am just spent. My legs tomorrow during work are going to be horrendous. Last week I skated 3 days in a row, and I could, for a couple hours when I woke up the next day to go to work, I couldn't walk. These, I don't know, what are these called?
Your quadriceps?
Quads.
Yeah.
On fire. It felt like I worked out the day before.
I did a bunch of running. Most of the skateboarding you do is pushing and popping, right? I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah, isn't that skating though?
I don't pop that much, and
I
hardly ever push.
So. And popping is definitely what does it.
Right, but look at we're on Drew Street. Look at that.
Dude, this is the great street with the hill. Right. This is my favorite hill.
But skateboarding is whatever you make it. But it's pushing and popping. It does not define it for me.
Yeah, I could just be doing slappies.
I mean, I drive transition mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's a lot of pushing.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. That's why those legs are pumped. You need to be on a treadmill, every other day to keep that up.
Ah, fuck, you're right.
You know
and I
mean?
have a gym membership, and I don't use it.
You need those those should be set up as endurance muscles.
Yeah.
So that way during a session, you never even reach that peak.
Yeah, my legs can get used to it.
Right.
When I was working out for I got a membership 2 weeks ago at Planet Fitness. I worked out for 3 weeks straight. No, that's a lie. That's a lie already. It was 2 weeks. I went 5 times. But I tried doing the bike every time.
Mm-hmm.
I did running one day, and then I did the bike. That is the goal, is to get these legs worked better.
That's why I built that ramp, because I didn't like treadmills. I wanted to just skate, and that would be my exercise.
Yeah.
But then it became a different thing, because as I kept progressing and learning more tricks, then it was just I didn't want to skate by myself. You know?
Yeah.
So
and now that you've as much as we both have progressed, as much as you've progressed, I think you moving into yoga though has helped you. I think I feel like I already have seen a change of you falling out of things better.
Really?
Or yeah.
Huh.
Or even when you fall, you just kind of still. You're all right, I'm gonna give it a second. And that's
because I've got a weird thing with this yoga, because it's I don't mind doing it, but I definitely don't have that I love it and I can't live without it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally ready to just put it off. I'm totally fine with I don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah.
But then when I'm doing it, it feels good.
And it feels good after.
But it does, but it still feels like a chore to me.
Sure.
So it's weird. But that's interesting that you say you see a difference, because maybe that'll motivate me to do it more.
Well, the most recent
different attitude.
Did I tell you about this? I think I was talking to Vinny. I was saying he skates for 46 and he's still doing all this shit. And he's like, yeah, but Drew's healthy as fuck. I think there was an image of you.
I don't know.
I think there's an image of you because you're an older skater and you can skate so well. And when Vinny was at the barn, you were doing yoga after we skated. You were just kind of.
Oh, you mean just stretching?
Yeah, just like sitting, stretching. I think that's the image that he was recalling when he said that.
That's interesting.
But I couldn't disagree with that.
I don't feel like that's who I am, but I mean, I guess that makes
You're definitely healthier than me.
I guess.
That's not that hard.
I don't work out though. Like the only thing I do is I'll try to do 2 15-minute yoga sessions with Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you're doing yoga and you eat way better than me.
Yeah. We've been doing that HelloFresh, dude. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Those meals are really good. We did 3 this week. It's like $20 a meal, so $60 for a week if you get 3. Dude, they're good.
$60 a week.
And it's each box is 2 full-on meals, but you got to make it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all the ingredients except for you got to have your own salt, pepper, oil, butter.
Okay.
And obviously.
Mm-hmm. So mac and cheese. I make mac and cheese.
This is not a HelloFresh ad. Maybe they would like to sponsor, but for real, that stuff is pretty damn easy and it's tasty. But
it's not a bad.
But yes, I don't really work out. I mean, skateboarding is my exercise. I definitely do some yoga during the week, and I basically drink. I go from coffee to beer.
That's
every
true.
day. Every day, I'm drinking coffee until it's time to just drink beer.
How often do you drink water?
Hardly. It's in my beer and coffee.
It's in.
I don't really drink water on its own. I really don't. Unless maybe I'm skating, I'll drink a water. I'll drink a Gatorade. But for the
even
most
then,
part,
did you buy a beer today?
I did. I had a beer.
Yeah.
And I didn't even drink my water. I brought 3 waters and I bought a beer.
But look at Dustin Dolan.
I don't know.
He still gets fucked up and skates.
But I didn't even catch a buzz from it. But
but I'm saying
I was hydrated through the beer. For whatever that's worth. It is water. I mean, there is some liquid in there.
Yeah, but doesn't alcohol dehydrate you?
But it does, but there's not that much alcohol. 4 or 5%. I mean, that's
this is like you rationalizing to your parents. There's not that much in there.
I just don't drink water that much. Although I did recently get these little packets of they're flavored caffeine.
Sure.
That you can add to water.
Sure.
And that wasn't so bad. I mean, water just is so boring to me. It's gotta be really ice cold, and I gotta be really.
But there's
thirsty. I just can't sip on it.
Yeah, there's some things though that I know are healthy, like water, and I was eating a granola bar earlier, and I almost I can just force myself to do these things.
Yeah, but is it even a good granola bar? You might be thinking it's healthy when it's full of sugar.
Oh, it probably was full of sugar,
right? So
but it just didn't have ingredients in that I necessarily liked because it was peanuts and craisins and raisins. That one I didn't really like today. I really forced myself to finish that.
You have terrible eating habits.
I know that's the thing, and I ate a granola bar just because I'm bad about eating.
But so
I don't eat.
But so
and then
you drive a car all week, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of gas do you put in it? I mean, the bare minimum, I would imagine, right? The 87 or something.
Are you making a similarity between cars and humans?
Absolutely.
It's so funny. I think about this all the time. My dad has made this
food
similarity.
Is our fuel.
Oh my god. Are you my dad right now? This is same conversation.
I'm just a human telling you how we work. That obviously the food is our fuel, and the more crap you put in, the more crap you're gonna feel.
I know that's
it's just simple.
I'm saying that's the one thing my father said that I believe. That I'm wow, that makes fucking sense. It was word for word what you just said.
Putting candy and sugar and all this processed crap is just never gonna feel good.
I think I just gotta have to
an occasional banana is not gonna do it.
I always hope that's enough, and my diet is terrible.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's part of it. So I'm just coming at you as an older dude in my late 40s. I try to eat healthy.
Yeah.
I still eat candy. I'm telling you, I drink beer every day. But
it's still I'm just so bad about eating.
There's a lot of things about genetics. A lot.
Yeah. I'm just bad. I don't eat until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's
I hardly ever eat breakfast. That's the same. I usually have one big meal. We eat a bigger. Our main meal is
that's
3
not
or 4
the best
o'clock.
either. I think
I drink coffee and then I'm just not hungry in the morning.
Yeah, I mean I'm not either, but I think I should just be eating way more.
You know what I snack on though is tortillas.
You do love
flour tortillas and string cheese. Dude, I just live off of that.
I ate too much string cheese recently. I was into the string cheese thing. I go overboard with everything. And then I got into, this is even worse, and then I got into cake donuts for like 4 days in a row. So I bought like a box of cake.
Garbage.
I know, but they're so, just like straight up cake donuts though, not like glazed or anything.
We know exactly why your legs are hurting after just 2 days.
Yes, I know. That's what's like more frustrating is because I know, and like I can't. Mentally the other day when I was going to bed, I yelled at myself, and I'm like, you can't keep doing this. And then I like eat a granola bar today and go skating.
You need to go get a steak every now and then, or grill one up. But so,
I had a burger yesterday.
I feel like I could probably skate every day, health-wise, as long as like I don't really take too big a dinger. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I had my pads on today, but, like, I know I racked my shin a couple times, and I was trying those board slides, and I kept rubbing my leg on that curb, and so, like, it just starts to irritate my legs. You know, you start getting sore that way. But, like, health-wise, I feel, like, actually really fine. Like, I feel like I could totally keep skating for another couple hours.
Because you're healthy as fuck. Yeah, I get to a point where I'm like, I'm dust.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw that, dude. I saw you stop. And I was like, I still wanted to film a little more. I had a whole nother burst of energy that I just did on my own, and I got a bunch of tricks on that little quarter.
I know you were getting them all day. Yeah. And it looked fun. Turn left here. Yeah. And it looked fun to me, and I like thought about going up there, but after last week, like I need to be smarter about stopping when I'm getting tired.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And two is probably like the biggest thing is probably just like get my legs better and eat better.
Well, it's eating better to begin with.
Yeah.
That's just...
Like, that's such a big thing.
You know, for me today, I seriously did not eat anything today until we were done. I had coffee before I left to go see you. And then I got another coffee at Starbucks when I got off the freeway. And
it's hard.
And then I got a beer too. So I went from coffee right to beer again, and I didn't eat until I had that sandwich I brought at the end of the session.
See, I was actually better than you today. I had a banana and a granola bar.
I didn't even do that. I'm gonna mac out on a burger for real in a little bit right now, but like I don't know. I mean, I feel good. So
the legs aren't too bad.
So there you go, Vinny. That's my secret. Just drink a lot of beer, coffee and beer.
That's my secret. I hope Vinny listens to this. That's I mean, fuck. I'm gonna say it again. Dustin Dolan.
Yeah, he's a bit of a mess. He'll still charge it.
He's still it's 1 or 2 clips. He's older. He's still like drinking every day. Right. That's fucked.
So when I went up on that little quarter session, that other dude Justice was there. He'd been to the ramp. That was cool seeing him. That black dude with the dreads.
Oh, yeah.
So he was playing, I think, a game of skate with somebody else, but I was just kind of coming in and going in between. But it was fun. We were doing some little tricks. I went up on the deck, and if you see me, I did that little tap to my toe to the coping.
No.
I got 2 of them.
I think that the only tricks I saw you doing in between was back people and front people, right?
I got a front people for sure.
Yeah.
And then I was doing, I did some backsmith. I did a bunch of those no fly tail slides. Grabbing and not grabbing.
Those really well, yeah.
It was feeling pretty good. And then I also got, what was the other thing? I got some creepers, got a couple of sweepers. But there was
I don't think I did one sweeper, Jay. No? I don't think I never got into one.
No, but so I went on the deck, and I did the little, tapped it up, I caught it on my toe, and then I tossed it, and I landed in disaster and went in.
Oh, now I know what you're talking. I didn't see it. Oh, that's cool, the disaster.
Yeah, and then I did it again, and I tapped it, caught it, and then I went, it was either to tail or to axle, and I kind of brought it a little sloppy, but I got it. I only tried twice,
that's and I got it. That's super rad.
Yeah, I caught it. That was fun.
Speaking of to disaster, the Vans bowl contest, the pool party last night, those air to disasters, how does Russell the Muscle not break that board?
And Jimmy Wilkins, he does it too, but they're somehow more graceful.
Yeah, I think it's loud. I think it's weight.
It's the way Jim, what do you call it? Jimmy is just a little bit lighter on his feet, and Chris Russell just powers through that stuff.
Yeah.
It was so loud. It was just cracking. Mm-hmm. That contest is so gnarly. That bowl is nuts. You think how difficult it is. I don't know. I went in this bowl today for just a little bit, and it's way smaller than the Sheboygan one, but
it is smaller than the Sheboygan.
Way smaller. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like riding in the bowl today, but man, you watch that combi bowl, And you know, you realize that there's a double waterfall from the shallow end?
Yes.
What the hell?
People were washing out in the shallow end.
Yeah. I mean, that shallow end is gnarly. The stuff that guys are doing just in that area.
Yeah, and that little hip thing. People were front flooding on that so easy.
And Pedro Barros, that was weird.
Construction.
Yeah, geez. But Pedro Barros, he gapped that, remember, last year?
Yes.
He went from one side to the other
and
squared it
I was
around.
waiting for somebody to do it this year. I'm surprised no one
Yeah, nobody did that this
went
year.
for it. So the winner, Tom Sharp, congrats.
And his run is so gnarly. You
So
get
good.
that front nose grind, the flip slide.
Yes.
In the deep end of the
Yes,
square.
dude.
I mean, it's all deep end.
Same thing, finesse.
Yeah.
Finessing into that. How old
He's
is
got
he?
so much
17?
style. Yeah, I think he just turned 17. And Chris Russell's only 21.
Old.
Yeah, old.
Keegan Palmer, 15.
Keegan Palmer's got that thing
He's in a
too.
pro contest.
He's so good, though. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's skating better than a lot of pros.
How old is Jagger?
I think it's Jagger, and I think he's only 17 or 18.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
Yeah, that thing was fun. It was cool. I saw that ETN was streaming it, but then when I went to go and I was doing some work, I saw that it was on the YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube straight up free.
Fans were streaming it, and I watched the whole thing. I missed the first semifinals of the prelims of the Masters. But I watched the Legends, and then the Masters, and then the pros.
I was having a conversation with my girlfriend last night, Jo.
Yeah.
And I was saying how crazy it is that this is up on YouTube for free. But you think of if you put it in terms of like Cole Wilson recently winning that, he said
What, the real street?
The real street?
Real street?
Yeah, he said professional athletes are getting paid millions just working a day job. They can broadcast that, but you can't watch a game, a football game or basketball game.
Because those are all tied up in licensing deals with the NFL.
That's what I mean, though. It's
Yeah,
you think skating is just too new?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But you talk about
That
people
was
have
Joe's
such
point.
an issue of selling out and Nike's taking over and
Yeah,
Rob's
but it's
here to
already
make it
such a
streaming.
big production.
Right,
Yeah,
so
how
it's
many
gonna- so it's
people
gonna
are
get
at
there, for
the
sure.
band's pool party?
It's gonna get there.
You think it's just too early? That's what she
It's
said.
going to be in the Olympics. It's already X Games. It's already June Tour. It's all that. And then it's going to be Olympics. I mean, it's just gradually. You're just alive watching it happen.
I'm part of it, sure.
You know what I mean?
Do you think we'll see in our lifetime skaters getting paid that kind of money?
Yeah, dude. How much does Sean White get paid? He's a skater, but it's a snowboarder mostly. But he's paid crazy. I'd like to see how much Nigel Houston makes right now. I mean, sure, Cole
But
Wilson.
that's off a contest, though.
But you think, dude, I'll bet you he makes way more on sponsorship than he does on contests. And that's what it's all about. It's all about sponsorship and who you endorse. And what's that contract? What do you got to do? The contest is a pittance. That's what he buys his cars.
If you put it in terms of professional football or basketball, you're getting paid for yeah, but they're getting paid for that team. They're getting paid to play on that team.
They get a salary for sure
Yeah.
for the team, but the majority of the money, I would say, is all the side deals they can hustle.
Sure, but they still are, they're signed to a contract, right?
Well,
I'm saying
sure they're signed to many contracts. So depending on your skill and who wants you to represent them, Paul Rodriguez from Target, Nyjah from Monster, all these people on Red Bull, they all get paid way more than they're going to make it winning a contest. The contest just gives their brand more exposure, and they probably get bonuses. I mean, it depends on what you mean by success in skateboarding. Because it's not all about how much...
I'm not even saying success. I'm saying
the money level.
Yeah.
It depends on who you are. Not every athlete on the Packers makes $1 million. A lot of them have side jobs they got to do off season.
I get that. But Cole Wilson...
He just doesn't have as good management. He could be on all that stuff. He could, you know what I mean? He's not that dude. He's a party animal.
Yeah.
So maybe a brand doesn't want that guy representing him. He's got to sell out a little bit if you want a big fat paycheck. You know?
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about it now.
It's all perspective, man. It's all about what you think. Because sure, he's got an opinion about how it's not the NFL, but in a way it is, dude. How much does Nyjah make? When you talk about his bottom line for the year, what's on his tax return? It's not just SLS wins.
He just posted a picture with a new Ferrari.
Yeah, dude. And because he sold the other one.
Yeah.
That's just an
Did you see the new
investment.
one with like the Nike symbol on it?
No. So exactly. So Nike. So Nike probably underwrote it. It's Nike that swoosh is
Nike
like,
bought it.
For real. It's like
Yeah.
just a signing bonus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's definitely those athletes already.
I don't think it says, and I think it's going to go back to the point of like it's still too new.
It is, because there's maybe not as many. But there are definitely people there already.
And like if you look at Greg Lepska, he's out there hustling like a bunch of different shit.
Because that's who his management is, that's who he represents. You know what I mean? It's all about who's your hustler.
Yeah.
If you're the hustler, and what kind of, the connections that they got. There's so many factors, so many variables. Just because Cole Wilson can grind up a King Rail doesn't mean.
Well, you know what? You should get $100 every time you do that.
Okay.
Just straight up.
That's $100. Why?
What is he in?
Like a Ferrari.
No, anytime he touches a rail, anytime he's on a rail, and he tried.
The steel
Foundation. The lower company
but
to.
Those kind of companies pay him probably for board sales.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's such a. I just have to agree now. I have to agree with Joe that it's just too early.
But it is only. It's too early to have too many. There are some. There are people.
Yeah, it's too early to have too many. I'm saying like
skateboarders.
football players. You're like, they're in that range.
What I'm saying is that there are skateboarders that make more than some football NFL players. Absolutely. I'm telling you.
Maybe
I'm telling you, P-Rod makes more than some low-level NFL player. For real, absolutely. He's got a, you know what I'm saying? He's got a shoe, Nike. How much do you think he makes? He said, did you hear? What was I listening to?
Yeah, but isn't that
He's got a lifetime.
sale?
He's got a lifetime contract, and to be a Nike spokesperson right now. Lifetime contract. What do you think that's worth? Way more than the center for the Green Bay Packers.
I don't know. I'm gonna Google it later. I'm gonna look at salaries.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, there's a lot of those that don't make $1 million. I'm telling you that this Nike deal is way more than $1 million a year. P-Rod.
Yeah, I mean a lifetime contract.
P-Rod probably makes more than Nigel. P-Rod is a hustler on all sorts of deals. He owns.
I don't think I agree with that either. I think Nija
hasn't even become a businessman yet. He's probably
no,
made
but
a lot of money in investments.
He does own Primitive, so that's
what I'm saying. He's part of Primitive. He's probably got.
You know what? I might agree with that.
Well, you don't have to. I'm just telling you my
No,
opinion.
I do. I think I do agree with that. That P-Rod does make more.
He's probably the highest paid skateboarder. P-Rod.
Is he the one? He owns that. I thought he was just
I don't think that he's got a piece of it. I'll bet you all of those things.
He's got a piece in Villager too.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably an investor and makes money off it. He's got a lot of people making. He's got a lot of money making money for him.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah,
and that's
wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to just talk about NFL salaries, those crazy huge salaries aren't for everybody in the NFL, and they got a lot of strings attached.
True.
Plus they make endorsements. So it's like. I don't know.
You're saying it's just too different.
I'm just saying that there are people already at that level in skateboarding. It's just not as big a thing.
It's just not as widespread.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can see the band's pool party, and you can see SLS on the internet across the world, and the Super Bowl, you want to talk about NFL, that's just a United States thing. Skateboarding is global. You know what I mean? So, like, SLS is going to be way bigger at some point than the Super Bowl is, and it might be already in overall viewership. Eat that one for a minute. Because like you look at the SLS stocks, they're all over the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? We just kind of left out there with
but they also do NFL games around the world.
One game in London and one I think in Mexico. And they're weird little like exhibition-y kind of things.
Yeah, they are weird expeditions.
It's not like it's not like an international football league. It's America.
Right.
I'm saying the Olympics is going to be a big deal.
Oh, I think absolutely.
That's going to be a huge tipping point in skateboarding, just like snowboarding became.
Yeah. I would put the two, and you making the point of Shaun White. I think that's what it is. Is like you're in that spotlight. You're seen, but and I mean
whoever wins anything, like if you get a gold medal at the Olympics in skateboarding, the actual skateboarding sponsorships and like your life after that is gonna be crazy because like Shaun White, sure, he's a skateboarder, but like his whole shine is on snowboarding.
Yes.
But now, whoever brings that gold is going to bring it to skateboarding. You know what I mean? It's not like they're leaving the sport or changing sports.
Right.
You know, I mean, Shaun White.
I'm done. I get it. I'm done.
No, I mean, Shaun White, he couldn't compete in the Olympics as a skateboarder because it didn't exist. Now he can. Because it is there. So he's an Olympian.
Didn't I just hear something about this though?
What?
What was it? God, this was a few weeks ago now. I heard he's not doing it.
Well, he might not. I'm not saying he is, but he could. Where that's never been an option before.
Yes. Yeah.
He's an Olympian on a half pipe, dude.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Multiple times over.
That half pipe is crazy. Inventing all the tricks, and you know, he's a skateboarder at heart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that a true skateboarder is going to be in the Olympics, win a gold, and be an Olympian in his next video part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
unless it's somebody, that's going to be the weird thing though, because I still don't understand. Well, no,
you represent your country. No.
No, it's a
the Olympics.
No, well, at least what Nigel was saying is that's how they're going to be
Maybe that's
picked.
going to be some sort of treatment, but there's other countries that have nothing to do with treatment.
No, right. He was saying just straight up America.
That's how they're going to
it's going to run.
US team. That makes sense.
So I was gonna say it's gonna be a weird thing. You say like next video part. I was gonna say it's gonna be a weird thing if it's like somebody gets picked to go to the American team that's not even on a board company. Like it's just somebody that like skates really well.
Yeah.
But if it's going for street league
for America, but I mean you saw the Brazilian team. They're all great. They're all bangers. Like that team is stacked.
And
but they're probably all in different board brands. You know, they're all running their own boards, right?
Yes.
But I don't think that. But this year's again, I don't think that status as being a pro has any effect on the Olympics because the Olympics is a sport where you're not supposed to be a pro, isn't it? It's not the whole thing.
You can be because I mean there's basketball in the Olympics. Those are pros and tennis.
I guess,
yeah. No, I think that's what it is.
I don't know.
I think the other people in terms of like I guess when I think of the Summer Olympics with like gymnastics and such thing, I guess they're pro, but it's just like in a spot like I never like wrestlers. I would never like dive into that, but I guess they're pro in that area.
Right, but so like that's not going to be a prerequisite. More than likely is to be a pro, to be on the American team. But if you were going in as a non-pro and you win a gold, like, oh crap, you better demand a board that's gold.
Demand, yeah.
Or like if you get bronze, you get a bronze.
Yeah,
you get a silver board or a bronze board. Or
I mean, if you came back with an Olympic gold,
you better.
I better see my board when I get back in town.
I'll start my own brand and make an Olympic board.
Fuck that! I have a metal.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, so. I'll be interested to see who.
We got 2 years. 2 years. Year and a half.
Dude, I just got another a credit card that expired the date, and I got my new card, and the expiration is June 2021. I'm like, damn, that's so crazy. That's coming
insane.
up so. I won't have to get another renewal.
I can't wait until after the Olympics, and then I can if I'm getting kicked out of a spot, I'm training for the Olympics. Yeah. You saw it in this year, so lay off. I don't want any more harassment.
What if all these pros are just saving their crazy banger parts for their Olympic run? Can you take that footage and make part out of it?
Real street.
Yeah. Right. No.
That's how they're gonna do it? Just send in this is the Olympics. Instagram clips. Oh. Send your Instagram clips. We'll pick a winner.
You hear Jocelyn getting on people with the Instagram clips?
Yeah, but. He can't talk, dude, because his Instagram clips
it's so beyond normal.
It's beyond that.
But
that's him chilling.
He's talking about how there's certain tricks he won't even try unless somebody's ready to pony up some money.
Yeah, I think he's right about El Toro.
Yeah,
but at the same time, people are the people that are posting it, doing it El Toro. I think the people that are not pro or sponsored or really looked at.
Yeah.
If you just come out of nowhere and land something down El Toro, then the phone calls are going to come in.
If you post it, what if you're sitting on it?
Well, yeah, but I think instead of being somebody who doesn't have those connections and being I'm going to try to call a filmer, see if they'll come with, posting that to Instagram gives that person instantly.
If you got people looking, hopefully it's all about people sharing it.
Yeah, but sometimes even my clips though show up on like the browser page. I'll see them on like the browser.
That's just because it's you. You got to look at somebody else's phone.
No, that's true, but I think there's an algorithm where sometimes some clips get posted.
If you're, there's so many variables. So I mean, there's such a luck of the draw.
That's true.
So it being viral is so much.
So do you think it's a better idea to like call, like if you don't have those connections, but you're like, I'm gonna try to get a filmer and be like, I'm gonna try something down El Toro. Would you even? I feel like
call.
I know that's what I'm saying.
No, you'd have to then go the DIY route.
That you have to just post it.
Well, post it and like tell a friend, and hopefully they tell a friend, and you just got to
send it?
Just because you post it doesn't mean
do you send it to companies?
Hell yeah, dude. I would send it to everybody. I would tag everybody. And hope somebody sees it and shares it.
Who was on the 9 Club that said he hates that? I forgot who that.
Wrecking Ball?
No, it wasn't. Don't at me. It wasn't Wrecking Ball. It was.
It just depends. I mean, if you're a nobody, you got to yell, dude, and try to get somebody to see it.
And that's why I like the idea. Like Chris Johnson, that's what Chris Johnson was talking about. There was a guy like unknown post. I think he tried tray flip down El Toro and ended up posting. He didn't land it though, but ended up posting that.
Yeah.
And he was saying like, oh, I was.
Yeah, he's like, save it for your. But he's like.
But who's going to see that video then?
Right, exactly. That's just Jocelyn saying that because he doesn't know otherwise.
Yeah, and it's not fair because him at the park is insane clip.
Exactly. Him just cruising around every day doing what he does.
His Instagram clips, I would save for 3 parts.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's a skewed perspective on his part because he's
so
way better than the average Joe who might have the balls to go try El Toro just to try to make a name for themselves.
Yeah. And just to try out, like Chris Jocelyn talking about somebody else, Chris Jocelyn, and then like a random person trying El Toro. Yeah, that's like, it means so much different.
It does, but like, that's such a huge step to just go try. But there's guys out there that don't care about getting filmed, don't care about being pro, and
that's true.
They huff their body, and maybe they do it at night and nobody sees it.
That's true. You know, or like people that post solo
doing
clips.
That by himself, right?
Yeah,
hopping from roofs by himself just for the love.
But Muska's been filmed forever,
for sure. But I mean, do you
remember those solo clips of people going on rails? That's fucking scary, dude.
Dude, anything really solo that's gnarly. I mean, it's just risky, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen 127 Hours? When you watch that movie?
I don't think I have where his arm gets stuck.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a true story. But it's just like, dude, you're just so hosed. He was such a selfish person that he didn't tell anybody where he was going. Anybody.
Oh.
His parents, his friends, his coworkers, his job. Just didn't say he's just that kind of guy. I'm just going to go off. And he was like, dude, overnight drive. And then like hours and hours of hiking. Or no, riding a bike. Then he's hiking through these canyons to get to this one spot he wants to do. And
so he deserved it.
Oh, yeah, dude. And you know what's crazy, too, is that, like, in the very beginning, there's a scene where he's reaching for all his gear, and he's just brushing his fingers by a Swiss Army knife, and he just can't reach it, and he's trying to find it, and he can't find it, but so, like, the camera's right on the knife, and he misses it because he gets...
How gruesome does it get?
It's not very visually gruesome, but, I mean, he's wedged, dude. He's climbing, and the rock falls, and it catches his arm, and he's in this little gully.
Does his arm break?
Oh, dude, it's just crushed. You know, it's just stuck in there, and the rock is wedged. And so, like, eventually, dude, days and days later, I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie.
It's been out for a while.
Dude, he's got the dullest knife, but he's got to cut through. The main thing is that the nerves.
I can't even hear this. Yeah. I'll pass out.
It's so gnarly. And then the sound effect they use is just like, where it's like, through the nerve, it's so bad. But anyways, it's just like, if you're skating some crazy bar, some rail by yourself, you get hurt. Yeah. Dude, and if you're filming yourself and you can't reach your camera, and you're just like bleeding out on your own phone.
Like, what if you slam in your head?
Yeah, dude, it's gnarly.
That's fuck.
Did you see Alex Perelson hit his head in the bowl?
No, I didn't see that.
He slipped out on something, and as he came down, he definitely knocked his head. He had a helmet
on. Yeah. I think I remember one of the commentators saying something.
He's a heavier dude too, like not fat, but just like Jamie Foy thick. And
they
call him names. I know I've heard some names, but like that dude rips so hard.
Yeah, he does.
Remember he was up on that is it Monster? Who was that? Is that Monster ramp or something that Jimmy Wilkins is always on? And he did that crazy like.
Oh, I always think that's Tony Hawk's ramp.
No, Tony Hawk's is a simple ramp with a gap. This one has got all those different angles and different obstacles and different transitions. I think it's Monster, but he was on there and he did like one of those like fakey rock on that crazy vert extension.
fakey rock.
Yeah, it was like fakey to, it was almost like a switch rock and roll, but like way the hell up on that extension. I remember showing that to you. That dude's gnarly on that ramp.
Yeah, that was a fun contest to watch.
Yeah.
It's
fun, dude, seeing all the masters, too. Like, you see Lance Mountain going through, Steve Caballero doing his dude, Chris Miller
winning it.
Dude, and his runs are so good. Like, that guy still rips so
still
hard.
Ripping. How old is he?
Oh, dude, he's older than me. I think he's probably, if he's not 50, he's close to it. Cav is 56.
Yeah,
right?
That's insane.
Yeah.
56. Do you think you'll be skating in 10 years?
Me? Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be in the combi probably.
Those
guys are skating.
I don't think I'll ever be in the combi.
I would like to try it someday, but I don't know if I'll ever even touch coping.
I already told Joe I'd be so low in that, like it'd be embarrassing.
Well, I would try to get as high as I possibly could, but
that one in Kentucky.
Skate as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I mean, why? I'm not going to just like be sitting in the house wishing about skating when I could skate. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not in a walker. I don't have broken legs, or if I'm not in a wheelchair.
I'll be in a walker before you, because of my candy habit.
Maybe. Dude, I like candy too. We gotta eat some healthy food sometimes.
I gotta eat other shit.
Speaking of eating,
let's
so we just pulled up at Culver's, and we're gonna go eat some awesome burgers. And
Culver's, send us burgers.
Yeah, so I was getting my point in the very beginning of the show, which I skipped over because we got on a road, is that Skatosis I think it's in transition a little bit right now. I want it to be a fun thing for the both of us, and I think we're just talking about maybe renaming it, rebranding it, maybe just wrapping it all under the ODS brand and not even being a separate website. I'm not even sure. There's lots of different things that I want to do, because whatever ends up happening rebranding wise, it's just there's some work involved, and I just want to make sure we're both on the same page. But I think we got some good ideas. Tossing around, brainstorming's been fun. If anybody listening to this, I love you out there if you are, and you have any ideas about like a new name, I would love to hear them.
Yeah, me too.
I would just to at least pique our interest in some other tangents that we might think of.
I think it'd be nice for when people ask me what it's called, and it's a little tricky of a word.
Yeah, Skatosis is just a weird word that I made up, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe this show needs a better name. Yeah, maybe a new name, maybe a structured... Depends, a format, they call it, a format. Format. There we go. Those are the technology. But in the meantime, the format for today is skate hard and then go eat food. Go eat food. Right. I can't stress that enough. Thank you, everyone, if you're listening. All right. Let's go eat. Love you, buddy. Love you, dude. Cheers. Old Dude Skate Co.